Hey, CAC, how's it going? Good to be seen again. I am no video photographer, movie maker expert, as you know by now after watching these things, but thought I'd try to get a Christmas tree in here today. And you can see a little bit of there in the background. Hopefully it's not too bright. But I want to talk to you a little bit about my sermon this Sunday. I'm in this series, The Three Comings of Christ. And last week was the coming of Christ into our world at Bethlehem. And then this week is going to be the coming of Christ into our lives by faith. And then next week, the week after this week, the 18th, will be the coming of Christ back into our world at his second coming. This morning, I'm going to be December the 11th, this coming Sunday. My text is John chapter 3 and verse 16. This very famous verse out of John's gospel that most of us are most likely familiar with. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, so that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Or have eternal life. So I want to say just a few things about this. I'm going to share in more detail on Sunday, obviously. But I'm going to go through the verse, word by word, phrase by phrase, and give each a summary statement. So God is how this verse begins. And I'm stealing all of this from Frederick Dale Bruner in his commentary on John. But God, the greatest subject ever. No one greater than God in the whole universe, in all of reality as we know it. God. So much. That's to the greatest extent ever. Whatever is going to be said about God in this verse is to the greatest extent ever. For God so loved. That's the greatest affection this world has ever known and ever seen. For God so loved, the greatest affection ever, the world. And this is the greatest object ever. For God so loved the world. And that's the world that he created. That's the world that he has redeemed. That's the world he's bringing back to himself. And so the greatest object ever, or subject ever, is the world, that he gave his one and only Son. And so there's the greatest gift ever given. God giving his one and only Son. The greatest gift ever given, bar none. And then we come to whoever. This is the greatest opportunity ever. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, so that whoever, everyone on the face of this earth at this very second, comprise the whoever. What God has given in his Son is for all of us. It's inclusive. So that whoever believes in him, this is the greatest commitment ever. Believe does not just mean we have some kind of mental assent, or we believe in Jesus like we believe in the sun, or we believe in gasoline, or we believe in Christmas trees, or we believe in sloppy joes, or whatever. No, this is the greatest commitment ever. Believe involves trust, commitment, an act of our volition, our will, where we take the Son as our own. So that whoever believes in him, the first result is we shall not perish. We shall not perish. This reminds us of the judgment of God. The judgment of God is real. The creeds say that we believe in heaven and that we also believe in the judgment of God in hell. So because of our believing, our personal commitment to the Son in an act of trust, we're not going to perish. We will not face the judgment of God, but we will receive eternal life. That's the greatest promise ever given to humanity. that because of our belief in Jesus Christ, God's Son, who's been given to us and given to the world, we will receive eternal life. And that life begins the moment we express our faith and trust in Jesus, and it goes for all eternity. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, so that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. The coming of Christ into our lives by faith, by belief, by trust, is what I'm going to be talking about more on Sunday morning. I want to invite all of you to join us in person or by live stream to hear this message. Pray that hearts would be open, minds would be opened, ears would be open to hear this offer of salvation. And I'm looking for one or two people who would be willing to share their coming to Christ, Christ coming to them story, their Christ story, their salvation story. Just one or two people who could just briefly share their Christ story. If you feel a prompting to do that, if you would like to do that, then get a hold of me this week as soon as possible, and we'll talk about it. And I'm hoping to have some stories that we could share this Sunday. There you have it. It's been good to be with you on this sloppily done PT Unscripted. Hope you have a good rest of your week. I love all of you. God bless. Until next time, bye-bye.